What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. My socials will be appearing on the side of the screen, so if you could give those a follow, I'd really appreciate it. There's the TikTok on there where I put shorts and bits and pieces and stuff on, but also as well for the old YouTubes for me as well. That would be really, really appreciated to say. I'm getting closer and closer to 3,000. I'm at about 2,600 now, I think. So I'm getting ever and ever closer to that. Your support, as always, is really, really appreciated. So in the first instance, just a little bit of housekeeping. What you will hopefully notice on screen, bottom right-hand corner, is the new logo for the channel, and also from the intro as well. I've decided to do a little bit of a clean-up in terms of going into the Premier League. I think I've got that right. Going into the Premier League, and just to kind of freshen things up a little bit. So what I wanted to do was get the peacock in there and just something a little bit different. And if I was ever to bring out any merch later on down the line, it's something, because it's more of a solid shape, it's just easier to put onto merch and stuff and things like that if it was something that I was thinking of doing. So hopefully you like it. Like I said, it's a little bit different, just something a little bit new and fresh. It just runs along with, obviously, the new sort of background and everything that I've got. And listen, I know a couple of people find it a bit annoying, but for me, it just works really, really nicely. I'm happy with it. It allows me to be sort of a screen here and put information onto the side. So yes, a little bit of a refresh going on, which I think quite a few content creators are doing, but just to make things look a little bit different. Right, into the video. So, first thing, hopefully everybody has now mourned the loss of Pajau and kind of gotten over that a little bit and just taken it for what it is at face value. It's just, we couldn't offer Champions League football. I think we were this close to him agreeing to come to us, but we just couldn't offer the Champions League football. And in the end, it is what it is. It's just one of those things. So, sorry, I'm clinking and banging all over the place here. So, in the end, it is what it is. It's just something that we have to kind of get used to a little bit in terms of where we are on the food chain when it comes to getting players in and making statement signings as well. And this is what I think the club means when it says that we are, these sort of statement signings, if you like, do make things very, very, very difficult, because there are other clubs that are looking at them, potentially could be able to offer them more at the same time as well. So it is what it is. It's just one of those things. Obviously, the Muniz thing where Newcastle might be interested in him as well. You know, don't lose your absolute rag over that one yet. But again, it's a Champions League club. It's a fact of life. It's where we are. It's where we are in the league at this season. If you look at it, Sunderland, and I know we keep talking about Sunderland, but they've just got in that the 19-year-old striker from Chelsea. Is he going to set the world alight? Who knows? It's a risk. But if it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just one of those things. But it's just, you've got to take it for the position that we're in at the moment, particularly where transfers come from, which kind of leads me into sort of the next little statement that I wanted to sort of talk about. And again, I'm going to bring it up just to discuss. Just The Athletic, they put out a piece today, and it seems to have caused a few problems or a few issues in terms of sort of the wording behind it. I know the article that Graham Smith put out, and also this one that's followed it up from The Athletic, is kind of set tongues are wagging a little bit, and see, I told you this was kind of the way that it was going to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that these things are open to interpretation and you can take things the way that you want, but I'll read the piece in particular that seems to be causing quite a few problems, so bear with me if I'm looking down a little bit here. The issue Leeds and most clubs face is finding players who will improve their squad, be willing to join and be available at the right price. The club's hierarchy knows this is not what supporters will want to read, but that is the state of play. Of the wingers who are better than Daniel James, Wilfred Gnonto, Jack Harrison and Laji Ramazani, United key decision makers do not think there are many available to them. There are some, like Pajau, and irons remain in the fire with them, but Leeds do not expect it will be easy to find as perfect a target as a Feyenoord 25-year-old. So a lot of people have read into that the hierarchy have kind of turned around and said that, well, there just aren't better wingers out there than what we've got at the moment. And kind of that's how some people have interpreted it. For me, looking at that and reading it, that's not how I interpret it. The way that I actually interpret that particular statement itself is that when you look at caliber of wingers that are out there at the moment that are better than what we currently have, take Harrison out of the equation. Take him out of the equation, because I know that winds people up, that are better than what we currently have, are available and at the right price. So for me, what the club is saying is not that there aren't any available, but that in this market, it is difficult to find better players that are also available at this moment in time and in and around at the same price. So that's the way that I see it. There are players out there that are available, but they are thin on the ground, which means the competition for them will be greater. Pajau as an example of that one, particularly when you're going for stretch targets, as they like to call them. So that's what I mean when I say you've got to be, in my opinion, you've got to be careful sometimes the way that you interpret it, and sometimes don't let your heart rule your head when you're going for, when you're seeing it. Try and take it for not in a specific single context, but read it and just see what you make of it. Now, I could be completely wrong, but that's the way that I interpret it. And that's when I say you've got to be calm about things and you've got to be relaxed about things. This is kind of what I mean with those things. Because we're all, as Leeds United fans, emotional, scarred, however you want to pronounce it, we all feel a particular way about things. And when we see certain statements like that, it's almost like we're engineered and geared to read the negative into it and just take the negative element out of it. But like I said, for me, what that reads as, there are players out there, but the competition for them, particularly for the ones that are available that we would look at, that are better than what we currently have, are thin on the ground. That's what I take that to mean. Not that there isn't anybody out there and we're not going to go for those targets, just that the ones that are available at the right price out there will better what we currently have, are thin on the ground. It's a commodity. It's the way that it works. And it's particularly in the Premier League, it's a seller's market pretty much in terms of the way that it goes. So I just wanted to speak on that a little bit and just kind of give my overall opinion, if you like, in terms of how I viewed it and how I saw it. You might agree with me, you might disagree with me. That, my friends, is absolutely fine, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. You can absolutely say that if you want to. Now, interestingly, just today, Sasha Tavolareri, who hasn't got the best hit ratio so far this summer when it comes to players, has come out and made a statement with regards to the fact that a meeting was held between Leeds United and Bilal El Khannouss, during which Leeds made clear they are willing to pay the £24.5 million release clause with solidarity contribution and taxes to Leicester City, available until the 15th of April, more to follow. It also goes on to say as well that Crystal Palace are interested in him as well, but that's if they sell Eze, which it looks like they may do. So we need to kind of get on with it if it's going to happen. But this is what I mean. Players that we're looking at, also other clubs are looking at as well. So that can sometimes put a bit of a damper on the situation. But Khannouss would be an absolutely fantastic acquisition. And the fact that there's a few fringe, if you like, journalists, and I don't know if this is a case of copy and paste. So Ben Jacobs, who has an absolute horrible record at the moment, but he's more UAE faced in terms of putting players out there. He's mentioned it as well. And there's a couple of other journalists that have come out and said the same thing, that we are looking at Khannouss. We've met with his representative, so I would suggest that probably Leeds and his agent have had a conversation. If that was to be a signing, that would be absolutely fantastic. So hopefully that will be able to come out. And the thing that we need to be, I know the 49ers like to move in silence, but the thing that we need to be mindful of is the fact of, we know, people out there know that we're looking for a winger. So therefore, they know as well, price-wise, what we're looking to pay. So we're going to be labelled with every winger from Kingdom Come from now on. That's just the way that it's going to be until we get that specific player in. So, yeah, that's a nice link, that, Khannouss. We'll have to monitor that and see how it goes. Maybe when the more, like a Florian Plettenberg or a... Mind you were saying that Romano's not had the best time this summer either, but your usual suspects. Graham Smith's not come out yet and absolutely poo-pooed all over it. I think it was Joe Donoghue that said it as well, funnily enough, in his new position, that that talks between Leeds and Khannouss had actually happened. So it'll be interesting to, like I said, to see how that one develops. So it's just a case of monitoring it. Just remember, when it comes to information and sources, read between the lines a little bit. Don't take things to be as finalistic as they appear in terms of from a contextual point of view, and just look at the sources where the information's coming from, and try not to let it raise your blood pressure to within an inch of your life. That's going to do it for this one. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Turn your notifications on as well so you get notified of every video that I bring out. I'm a bit sporadic at the moment, but that's because there's not loads and loads and loads and loads of news going on. Obviously, we've got Villarreal this weekend, so fingers crossed for that one as well. Be able to bring you a bit of information on that. I might try and see if I can go to that game. But yeah, take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.